Well, for more now, we're joined here in the studio by Middle East analyst Markus Kaim from the German Institute for International and Security Affairs. Good to see you, Markus.
Good morning.
Let's start with the resignation of U.S. Defense Secretary Jim Mattis. What impact will that have on America's military operations?
I'm not so sure if it will have an impact on the military operations, but it's a clear political signal. I mean, we have two representatives representing very different schools in international thought or international affairs. President Trump representing more the nationalist strain of U.S. foreign policy, and Jim Mattis representing more the internationalist strain of U.S. foreign policy. And the nationalist obviously has won, and therefore I expect not only a withdrawal, military withdrawal from the world, but also political withdrawal from certain crisis spots around the world.
Now, Mattis was seen as a stabilizing force in an administration that was often unpredictable, is often unpredictable. From a European perspective, what does it mean to lose him?
There's or has been huge concern about the commitment of the Trump administration to transatlantic security relations. And Jim Mattis has been regarded as some guarantor of traditional transatlantic security approach. And with him leaving office, the concerns are even more growing in the European capitals. He emphasized in his letter of resignation pretty clearly that he was appreciating transatlantic partnerships and the value of allies, and rejecting the approach of US President Trump. And therefore, I think in European capitals, the idea is resonating that European allies cannot rely on the United States president.
Losing a multilateralist in the administration, as it were. Now, this all started with Trump's decision to pull troops out of Syria. What do you make of that decision?
The IS is not defeated in Syria. I think we have 20,000 to 30,000 fighters under weapons. We have 70 to 75 attacks on a daily basis in Syria as well as in Iraq. So it's a terrorist organization being pretty active. So it's simply premature to argue that the ISIS has been defeated. And it's undermining the international effort to combat or to continue to combat ISIS, and therefore undermining the US internationalist approach. And I expect other allies to follow. Germany, the UK, France also withdrawing its troops from Iraq as well as Syria.
So what will this mean for Syria, for what's going on there right now? Because it is a very complex proxy war with many interests involved.
Absolutely. And I think it's pretty obvious that the United States has left some kind of strategic vacuum with this lesser commitment or withdrawal from the Middle East, not only Syria, but I would argue from the Middle East in general. And this strategic vacuum is filled by others, by Russia, by Iran, by Turkey. And these are the powers who are ruling the questions or influencing the questions of a post-war order for the Middle East, for Syria and the Middle East.
Trump has also announced his intention to pull American troops, half of American troops, out of Afghanistan. What are the implications of that?
That undermines NATO support efforts in Afghanistan. I think the NATO Secretary General has not been informed about the decision, as well as other allies. I mean, the Secretary of Defense, the German Secretary of Defense, was just in Afghanistan recently, announcing that Germany will continue to be present in Afghanistan. I cannot really imagine a NATO mission in Afghanistan without the United States. So I think the signal here is, as well as in Syria, a signal for withdrawal and less commitment, and that undermines the credibility and legitimacy of the Afghan government as well.
Markus, thank you very much for your analysis. Markus Kaim from the German Institute for International and Security Affairs here in Berlin.
Thank you.